because I want to fly higher and closer to the sky. So now, my dream is to be a good promoter. Industry is the parent of success. So I believe that my dream will come true. Now in here, I'd like to say special thanks to teachers and you guys giving me this chance to deliver this speech. Thank you so very much for your listening.
好，感谢高一9班精彩的演出。那接下来我们高一演讲比赛即将正式开始。首先上场的是编号 A01 高一2班杨鹤敏同学。
Good morning, everyone. I'm number 1. The topic of my speech is what a good friend means to me. Everyone needs friends because they play an important role in our daily lives. For me, friends are like water and sunshine that I can't live without. I can't imagine how lonely it will be if there's no friend beside. There are 3 reasons why having a good friend is so important to me. First of all, friends can encourage me when I'm upset and disappointed. They give me strength to face my problems and keep going to pursue my dream. Their support helps me to solve the difficulties in my life. Secondly, friends can teach me many things. I can learn a lot when we share our thoughts together. We give suggestions to each other, and we learn the merits from each other too. Most importantly, friends can serve as my mirror. I can see my flaws on them and how they feel about me. Then I can make myself a better person. Therefore, having a good friend is full of happiness. It's full of happiness. I won't feel lonely because I do have a good friend. This is the end of my speech. Thank you for your listening.
好，接着第2位上场的是编号 A02 高一4班洪雨莹同学。
Hello everyone. Have you ever had someone change your life a lot? Have you ever met someone and they made an impression on you that you can never forget? I want to talk about the most influential person in my life. She is my aunt. I thought English would kill me when I was young. My mom is an English teacher. She has always tried to help me learn English. My aunt is living in America. She has 3 kids and has made her life as a doctor there. When I was in grade 6, I met her when she visited her family here in Taiwan. She invited me to go visit her in America, and I thought it was a really cool idea. My mom wanted me to go too. I was so grateful to have a mom and family who gave me this opportunity. At first, I was afraid of speaking English and didn't have many friends there. But my aunt, she encouraged me to speak up. She taught me not to be afraid of making mistakes. People who never make a mistake never learn anything and never try anything new. After I relaxed a bit, I started to make friends, and my English started to improve. She's also a person who cares about regular exercise and balanced diet. I'm sure this experience helped me to be a more positive and healthy person today. I think I am more outgoing and open-minded than I was before. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day.
好，接下来请第小组编号 A03 高一7班郭永提同学。
Good morning, honorable judges, ladies and gentlemen. I am contestant number 3. Today, the topic I would like to share with you is the most influential person in my life. There must be someone who has made a difference in your life. For the most of the people, the person may be a friend or a teacher. However, the person who influenced me the most is the director in my junior high school. After I told the school about not to go on studying in the same high school, the school decided to disqualify me for attending the Taiwan Model United Nations. I went to the director's office and asked her to give me an explanation. Tears started to roll down my cheeks after I knew it was impossible for me to change the truth. The director started to comfort me. She shared her senior life experience with me. After the long talk, I learned an important lesson that has been able to affect the rest of my life. Life is unpredictable. Some say life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you will get. In my opinion, life is an adventure. So it is not a big deal to experience frustrations. What's more important is we rise to the challenge with a positive attitude and give it our best shot. Today, I would like to thank the director for this valuable lesson. Thank you, my dear director. You are really the most influential person in my life. Thank you for your listening. Hope we all face our life with courage. Thank you.
谢谢。接着是编号 A04，高一6班孔培荣同学。
Good morning, dear judges, ladies and gentlemen. I remember it was when I was still a child. One day, my dad was going to the post office to receive some letters. My sister and I eager to go too, so we kept asking him to let us accompany him. My dad had no choice but to fulfill our requirements. When arriving at the destination, my dad told us to stay on the scooter and not to touch anything. It wouldn't take much time, so he didn't turn on the engine and left. However, like Pandora opened a jar, I accelerated the scooter just out of curiosity. All of a sudden, the scooter rushed out. My sister and I were too frightened to do anything. We shouted as loudly as we could. At the moment, I thought I was going to die. I closed my eyes tightly, but nothing happened. My dad dashed out to save us as soon as he heard our screaming. Fortunately, both my sister and I were not injured at all. On the way home, my dad didn't say a word and he didn't even blame me. After seeing him having a bandage wrapped around his foot, I suddenly realized that he had got hurt. Is it painful? I asked my mom regretfully. However, my mom said, no, Dad will do whatever he can to protect you, even if he will get hurt. No sooner did I hear that, I burst into tears. I deeply realized that the love my dad gave us, it was the day that I can never forget. This is the end of my speech. Thank you for your listening.
下一位编号 A05 高一8班舒云巧同学。
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm number 5. Today, I'm making a speech at here, and the topic is a great book I recommend. During the winter vacation, I read many books, not only textbooks, but also fictions, magazines, comic books, and so on. The Help is one of my favorites, which I want to recommend to you today. The story took place in the state of Mississippi, United States in 1962. Almost every family had a mass then, but mass situations were not all the same. Some of them were treated well, but others were treated like a dog. In living in the fear and trepidation, white women trolled them, scolded them, gave them the bad salary, but they couldn't live. They needed money and this job, so they could just suffer. One day, Skeeter, the main role of the story, thought that was not fair to all the men. So she wanted to change this prejudice by writing a book about employers' bad behavior. But it was unacceptable in that time. Did Skeeter put out the stories smoothly? And what happened to the net? Read it, and you will be very impressed with it. Thanks for listening.
接着编号 A06 高一7班廖彦成同学。
Hi, my name is David. Today the topic I would like to deliver is what a good friend means to me. Though it is no doubt that having many friends is good when you need help, I don't think more friends can bring a person more happiness. As an old saying goes, a friend in need is a friend indeed. When you're sad or facing a serious problem and you don't know what to do, all you need is a person who knows you well. Thus, the most crucial thing is not how many friends you have, but one that you can count on and is always there for you. I met my best friend in junior high school. At first, I didn't know him well, and there was some misunderstanding between us. However, being open-minded gave me an opportunity to find that he wasn't so hard to get along with. Little by little, we got closer and closer. We are now more like brothers than friends. We often hang out with each other in our leisure time. When I face a challenge and have no idea about it, he will give me encouragement as well as confidence. I can always take off my mask and be true in front of him. I guess that we are on the same wavelength. We can understand each other's thoughts through a look only. Our friendship is beyond description, and I'm pretty confident that our friendship will last forever. Thank you for your listening.
下一位编号 A07 高一1班廖嘉欣同学。
Good morning, honorable judges and dear schoolmates. Today my topic is what the school does not teach me. We study many subjects at school every day. Maybe they are not so practical, but they are essential. Learning these help us get smart and make it easier for us to find a good job in the future. Although the school teaches me a lot of knowledge, there are many things they don't teach me. Among them, I think interpersonal skills and emotional intelligence are especially important. I really want to learn how to get along with others, how to make friends, and how to reduce pressure. However, the school doesn't offer such courses, so I have to learn from trial and error. For example, once I needed to cooperate with a classmate who I don't like. At first, I felt perplexed and even annoyed. How could I work with someone I dislike? But later, I tried to solve it by communication. It helped me finish the work in time and also helped me get to understand him more. After this experience, I learned something. Maybe why I don't like someone is not because he is bad, but because I only see a small part of him. So, I learned how to avoid misunderstanding and prejudice.
The most important is I learned to interact with others in a positive way. The world is big and there are too many things to learn. The school can teach us everything. Therefore, we need to explore it by ourselves. That's all of my speech. Thank you for your time.
接着我们欢迎编号 A08高一3班朱凯妮同学。
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Karen, and today I'm going to talk about the topic, happiness lies in contentment. People nowadays are always pursuing wealth, success, or happiness. We usually keep the faith of having more in our heart. But the more we aspire to possess better life, the less happiness we get. We waste time comparing with each other, and most of us will set eyes on the part that other people could get, but we don't. Therefore, we're never satisfied with what we've already received. For this reason, happiness lightly slips away while we envy what other owns. So how do we capture happiness? Take Bhutan as example. Bhutan is the only place that lays on gross national happiness. To be content is the destination of the entire kingdom. The globe is moving toward materialism, but the more people gain, the bigger their desire grows. While the world is moving toward financial crisis, residents in Bhutan shows no great apprehension, since they give up pursuing material desire and choose to be grateful. And this is the reason why we take Bhutan as the happiest country. According to this research, we could find out that contented mind is a perpetual feast. Maybe next time when we start comparing, we just think about what we have already got. To me, I'm grateful for having a great family that supports me anytime. And it is always a good thing to remind me I should be content with what I own. And this is the end of my speech. Thank you for your attention.
下一位编号 A09高一1班吴奇玉同学。
Good morning, honorable judges and dear schoolmates. Today my topic is I have a dream. I have a dream. It's not a dream to become a billionaire, but a dream that everyone can be a vegetarian. The act not only protects animals, but also benefits our health and the environment. It really hurts when I think of the innocent animals getting killed just for the sake of human desire to eat. So, I do have a dream. I hope people realize it's awfully cruel and unwise to kill animals and would stop eating their meat. Besides, meat-eating people consume more resources than vegetarians do. To raise animals, people need to feed them horns. According to a study, a meat-eating person consumes 12 times as many horns as a vegetarian in his life. What's worse, animals' manure may harm the environment. Some animals will emit methane CO2, which worsens global warming. On the other hand, meat eaters should be careful because animals' oil could make them suffer a paralyzing stroke or heart disease. Many people think only eating vegetables isn't healthy, but in fact, the protein of soybean is twice as much as that of beef. Actually, we can still live without eating meat. So, I have a dream. I hope everyone can respect animals' lives, could stop being so selfish, and most importantly, everyone can be a vegetarian just like me. That's all of my speech. Thank you for your time.
接着编号 A10高一8班张君瑜同学。
Yes, I know. I remember all that. Sorry, it's my little prince. Good morning, honorable judges and my dear friends. Today, I would like to recommend you a great book. It's The Little Prince. I think the best part in the book is when the little prince lost in the desert and running out of water. It seems to be hopeless, but not for little prince. He said, "The desert is always beautiful. It's because that's somewhere it hides well." I think the little prince is trying to tell us, never lose your imagination. For example, people used to consider death as a very terrible thing and we should avoid talking about it. But the little prince said, "Death will be like an old abandoned shelf, and there's nothing bad about old shelves." Sometimes we can't accept a new viewpoint because we limit ourselves. But with imagination, we can turn boring into fantastic. I can imagine I have a super ability that I can know all the test answers just by one sight. Even it's impossible, but why not? And that's why the little prince just called me and asked me to recommend this book for you. And remember, never look down upon your imagination. So, what are you waiting for? Thank you.
下一位编号 A11高一6班康勇同学。
Good morning, dear judges, ladies and gentlemen. We are different from other creatures because we, as human beings, have dreams. I like to travel with my family, but I will never travel alone. Traveling around the world by myself, like a backpacker, is my dream. By traveling alone, I can go to the scenic spot that I want to pay a visit, and I can arrange my route at will. Traveling abroad opens a new window for me, broadening my horizons. Besides, it offers me the opportunities to learn the things that school won't teach. It teaches me to assume responsibility and to be independent. Moreover, it teaches me to be flexible when dealing with different problems that I may encounter on the trip. Thus, traveling around the world by myself will make me grow up and make my life more and more colorful. The world is so large, we shouldn't be limited to small islands. So, I'd like to travel around the world by myself if possible. The higher people climb, the farther we will see. I firmly believe this precious experience will make me realize how wonderful the world is. This is the end of my speech. Thank you for your listening. I hope you have a nice day.
接着编号 A12号高一3班黄义竹同学。
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Shirley. Today, I'm going to talk about the most influential person in my life. I always thought Thomas Edison is the one who changes my life a lot. But after I graduated from junior high school and started a whole new life in senior high school, my math teacher, she became the most influential person in my life. She was very strict and always seems angry. And sometimes when I want to speak to her, I stop because she is so scary. The most scary thing is she always has a front face, even though she isn't angry. But things is not as simple as I thought. She always shows us her serious mean side. However, her other side is more charming.
spend 3/3 of her time helping us improve our study. However, we always make her upset. She teaches me how I should invest the things that I care about in life, although disappointment will appear commonly. We will feel sad and feel hopeless. But after crying, we should and must stand up immediately. Not just blaming on God and accusing others. She is my teacher. She not only teaches me about schoolwork, but also life lessons. I appreciate her effort for us, and with her influence, I know my life in future will be more better. Thank you for your listening.
好，下一位编号 A13高一5班黄凯恩同学。
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kevin. Today, my topic is happiness lies in containment. Happiness lies in containment. As the saying goes, enough is as good as a feast. Nowadays, more and more children take what their parents give them for granted, and always seems to be not enough with everything. Let's say this. In Africa, the children there are always lack of food. They don't have many clothes to wear, and even some of the countries are always in war. In Taiwan, we have enough food to eat and many choices of clothes to wear, but we are wasting all the time. Let's say this. At school, many people are always whining about how bad the food is, how disgusting the food is. But look at the poor. It's difficult for them just to have a meal. So stop wasting the food and always be satisfied with what you have. On the other hand, many children are always pursuing fancy clothes, Nike, Adidas. But there are many kids in poor countries don't even have clothes or shoes to wear. So to the people who are always whining about don't have enough clothes to wear, look at the people in poor countries. To sum up, be satisfied with what you have, and don't always complain about everything, or live a material benefits life. In this way, you'll find your life meaningful. Thank you for your listening.
编号 A14高一4班洪雨柔同学。
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'm here to talk about a great book I recommend. And the book I'm going to share with you is The Hunger Games. And I believe that some of you have heard or read about it before. The story is about a 16-year-old girl, Katniss Everdeen, who lives in the District 12 of Panem. And Panem is where the countries of North America once existed. The Hunger Games are an annual event in Panem. Every year, one boy and one girl, aged 12 to 18, from every 12 districts are selected by lottery as tributes to compete in a game to the death. Unfortunately, Katniss' little sister is selected. Katniss then shouts, "I volunteer as a tribute." She takes place of her little sister because she cannot put a risk on her little sister. Everyone knows that the selected one almost equals to death. And then, Katniss is taken to the capital with the male tribute, Peter Millard, for the Hunger Games. In the games, tributes must fight with one another until the last one survivor remains. As you see, the background of the story attracted me a lot. Do you know how many times I've read this book? More than 10 times. The Hunger Games is definitely the #1 book